We are all connected here, if you're watching this, through art and collecting, basically, in general, right? You love to collect, but we're also universally connected through music. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. One of you out there, one of the viewers, said, "Hey, Chris, what are your top 5 favorite bands?" And I thought that would make for an interesting conversation. Now, some of you have already clicked off because you have no interest whatsoever. But if you're still here, thank you very much. I've always loved music. Um, just since the day I remember. I've always loved music. And some of you know this about me, but some of you might not. But I used to be a very avid goer of concerts. I loved concerts. I remember in the year 2000, I went to 20 concerts in one summer. I worked at a grocery store for 14 years and I saved up all my money. Every paycheck went to concert tickets. Of course, back then, concert tickets were 20, 30 bucks, not the insane amount of money they are these days, which is why I don't go to very many concerts these days. It's been a number of years. Sometimes I go to local stuff. Like I went to an REO Speedwagon with my son last year. That was a lot of fun. But tend to not go to very many concerts. But I definitely am an 80s hair metal band type. I just love that kind of energy music. There's so many great bands out there that could definitely be on this list for sure. But these are the bands that I've always connected with the most, that I've loved the most over time. And so again, if you're still here, if you still are sticking with the video to hear what I have to say, thank you for sticking with us. And let's count them down. Let's do the top 5, right? So coming in at number 5 for me is the band Poison. They're definitely an 80s hair band for sure. I have always loved and connected with their energy, especially their stage show. Like I've seen them, I think it was 6 or 7 times in concert. I remember I had row 2 one time. It was absolutely incredible. They usually do about an hour set. I wish they all played longer. Are they the greatest band in the world? Are they the greatest singer and guitarist? No. I mean, God loves CC DeVille, but I love Poison. I love their high energy music. It always speaks summertime to me, especially because I saw them so many times in summertime concerts in Kansas City. Even saw them at the State Fair in Kansas, Hutchinson, Kansas. So it was just a band that I connect with. I love their energy. For me, neck and neck could have been Poison, but also at number 5 could have been Guns N' Roses. I've always absolutely loved them too. It's the one of the few bands from the 80s that I have not seen. I've not seen Guns N' Roses, I've not seen Bon Jovi, but just about everybody else I've seen. Again, big concert goer all the way, from my favorite bands I'm talking about here on this list. But I've also seen weird, like I've seen Lenny Kravitz, and I've seen Jewel, I've seen Janet Jackson, like I've seen all these, like Blues Traveler, like so many different bands over the years that, because again, I was just thirsty for anything to do with live music. I love that. I love the feeling that it gives me, right? So anyway, coming in at number 5, Poison, maybe a little Guns N' Roses, it's like 0.5 maybe, but it gives you kind of an idea, right? Okay. Coming in at number 4 on my list was at one point my all-time favorite band. They have been steadily going down, but that's Aerosmith. Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, the Toxic Twins, they were on fire in the 80s. They could do really well in the late 80s. They could do really no wrong. And I've seen them 6 times in concert as well. I love their music. I love their influences. Just their music spoke to me. Although you just don't hear much from them, and so I think that my love for them has dwindled a little bit. Love Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney. It's just like I love that music. Dream On, Love in an Elevator, like all those great songs. Even to I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, it was a great big hit. So I actually got to see them perform that live. My favorite memory of them was at a concert at Sandstone Amphitheater in Kansas City or Bonner Springs, and I was row 13, which I was really happy with that. But they played in this big thunderstorm, and there was lightning in the background. It was just really neat, really awesome. So anyway, Aerosmith at one point was my number 1. Now they're number 4. Number 3 on my list, Queen. Freddie Mercury, man. Hammer to Fall. My favorite Queen song. I listen to it all the time. I love it. Just one of I think, to me, the greatest vocalist of all time. his power, his, I don't know, just everything about Queen, the airiness of the guitar, Brian May, and it's just incredible. I wish I could have seen Freddie Mercury. I have seen Queen with Adam Lambert. Saw them in Dallas a number of years ago, so it was really cool to be able to see a couple of original members. Of course, Deacon is no longer with the band, but absolutely phenomenal. And every song is good. You know, every song's an anthem. We recently saw a tribute band in my hometown, and we brought the whole family. And even my youngest that doesn't really like concerts and stuff like that, he had a great time. Just the energy, the power of Queen and those vocals, they cannot be topped. They just cannot be topped at all. So anyway, Queen is at number 3 on my list, okay? Number 2 on my list. Did I say number 3? Yeah, number 3, Queen, right? Number 2 is Kiss. They're a band that slowly crept up to my number 2 spot over the years. I love their catalog. I love almost everything that they've done. And their live shows. I think I've seen them 5 times live, and they're just phenomenal. Their live show, their energy, and again, they have had rotating members, and I get that, but it's Paul and Gene, you know, it's those two guys. I'm pretty sure Paul was lip singing most of the last show, which I don't like at all. But again, it's just that stage presence, that production that they put in. Again, really great high energy. I love so many of their songs. Like, again, there's just very few that I don't care for. A song comes on, I jam to it. I love Kiss. I love the image of them, just, you know, with the makeup, and it's fun, right? I don't care what era. It's just, I love all the stuff. I'm trying to think of like my favorite song. I really like Love Gun. I love God of Thunder, Detroit Rock City. Like, just so many of those songs I love. So yeah, Kiss is at number 2. So if you are observant, you probably know my number 1, and that's right here. We got the AC/DC wearing the shirt today. Good Lord, my favorite rock and roll band ever. Every song, a freaking anthem. I love guitar. I love that my son plays guitar. Like, that is awesome. He loves music as well, and so to be able to hear him play these songs, it's just awesome. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Ledger right now. But AC/DC, I love it. I think my favorite AC/DC song is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. I just love the riff. Again, you cannot listen to an AC/DC song and not tap your feet and just like want to, you know, go out and drive hard. Just rock out to it. And so AC/DC comes in at number 1. I've had a chance, I'm trying to think if I've seen them 3 or 4 times, maybe 4. I had row 9 for them one time on the floor, and just to be able to be that close to Brian. It was actually Brian's last show before they kind of kicked him out of the band for a while because he was having hearing problems. So he was out of the band for, I think, 4 years or 5 years. And they kind of had Axl Rose come in and replace him for a bit. But again, to see Angus Young play is just phenomenal. So those are my top 5 favorites. Again, they ebb and flow over time, but that's where I'm at right now. And they've been that way for a very long time, for decades at this point. But man, I love music. I love having music on in the background. It speaks to me. And again, it connects us all. So I've shared my top 5 favorites. In the comments, would you guys share your top 5 favorites with me? I would love to read your comments. Again, I know this is something you probably, some of you, if you're watching this, God bless you. But if you clicked off within 30 seconds, I understand it's not about collecting. It's like, who cares? Who cares what Chris says? But I know some of you might want to know. It's just fun to talk about this stuff with you guys. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it. Probably the next video will be about collecting. I can almost guarantee it. But again, sometimes it's fun to just hang out and talk about stuff outside of collecting. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the Batcave. Rock on.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also, please join us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.